Hi, I'm McCraw with McCraw Law Group. I'm here answering some frequently asked questions that we see from our clients and hope that it will help you in your situation. One of the frequently asked questions we get is, what is negligence and what does that have to do with my situation in which I was injured? Negligence in tort law is the failure to use ordinary care under the same or similar circumstances. Now, ordinary care is the kind of care that a careful and prudent person would use under the same and similar circumstances. Now, what both of those mean in English is simply not being careful in the circumstances that you ought to be careful. In car wrecks, for instance, we all have rules of the road. We know what those rules are. We know that careful and prudent drivers stop at stop signs. We know that careful and prudent drivers obey yield signs, for instance. Those are the rules of the road for driving. Well, just like driving, other instances where people are charged with the duty of being careful, if they're not careful, if they don't follow those rules of the road for them in that circumstance, that can be considered negligence. And if that negligence causes or is a cause of an injury, then that injury might be compensable. There's a lot of legal words in this, but the basic concept that you really need to understand is being careful is a duty that we all have. We need to be careful if we're going to undertake any dangerous activities, such as driving. Anything like that we're going to do, we're charged with being careful. If a person is not careful and they harm you, you may have an action. For a free review of any action, feel free to give us a call at the McCraw Law Group at the number on the screen below.